Today, we're going to be focusing on a strategy that encourages students to learn new words every day. According to Chapter 4 in Literacy in grades 4 through 8, Cecil says that one of the most proactive instructional approaches teachers can take with vocabulary is to encourage students to commit themselves to building their word knowledge. This is especially critical for students that are learning English as a second language. Today I learned a word that I had never heard before. I decided to look it up in the dictionary so I could figure out what it meant. Now I can use it all the time. Looking it up made me feel confident enough to use it when talking to my dad after school, or maybe even use it in a letter to my grandma. Wow, it's crazy how far words can take you when you commit yourself to learning new words.
Toontastic is a free, creative, student-focused learning and storytelling app that enables students to use their imaginations and technology skills to bring their stories to life by incorporating drawings and animations into their cartoon creation. Toontastic gives students the opportunity to share their creations with peers, family members, and whomever else they may choose.
So here's the screen that the students see when they first open the Toontastic app. So they hit that add button. Then the students see the 3 different options they can choose. So you have a short story, classic story, and a science report. And this just shows you the number of parts that come within that story. This shows that you can work on the beginning, middle, and the end. So I went ahead and clicked on the beginning. And right here, this shows the students and explains to the students what a beginning of a story is. So in case they were confused or didn't understand, this kind of shows it. So then the students are able to pick a setting. There are lots of settings for the students to choose from. And another thing that they can keep in mind is the list of vocabulary words that we are giving them. And then they are able to pick the scene that they best think will go with their vocabulary words. Next, the students will pick the character of their choice, and then I showed that if you hit that little paintbrush button, you are able to customize your character. You can change the color of your character's outfit and all that kind of stuff. Then you are able to turn your character to see what all his outfit looks like, or their outfit looks like, and then you name your character and you add that to your story. Next, I wanted to show you that you can also pick another character, and then if you hit that little camera button at the bottom of the screen, they are able to take a picture of themselves, and they are able to upload that to their Toontastic as well. So if they wanted to be a character in their Toontastic, they are able to have that option as well. And then here, I accidentally took my characters out of my story, but then I re-added them to my Toontastic. So next, I wanted to see what all this setting came with, so I started to look around. I moved my character around, got a feel for what I wanted to do, and then I noticed that if I swiped over, there was a space command station. So I decided that that's where I wanted to start my Toontastic at. So if you hold down your character with one finger and then you use another finger, you are able to move your character over instead of just holding your finger and moving it. This requires them to move over to the other side instead of just walking around. So next, I hit that little start button at the top, and then it counts down to when my scene's going to start. And then the students are able to record whatever they want to record with the vocabulary words or whatever story they want to do. And at the top, you see that little stop button, and it gives you the time. So when the white circle goes all the way around, that knows that they're finished.
With fun technology like this, students can take control of their vocabulary in a creative way and also work collaboratively with their peers. This app can be used interdisciplinary and does not have to stick to one content area, making it that much more fun. Unfortunately, with all great things, there are bound to be some mishaps. Because of how fun this app is, it is possible that students could get more focused on their creations rather than the material that is required. Also, because of the endless creative opportunities, this app requires a lot of time to create a finished product. Therefore, it is very time-consuming.
Learning vocabulary is an important part of a student's development process, but vocabulary instruction can be a challenge for educators, especially when it comes to making it effective and engaging. So how can educators effectively teach vocabulary across grade levels and content areas? Proper vocabulary instruction doesn't just teach the definitions of words, but how to critically understand the context while drawing connections outside the lesson plan. You can do this by using word maps or even fun games. Vocabulary is a best practice because it helps students learn new words. They are able to use context clues to figure out what the vocabulary word is that they are using. They also can create fun projects like Toontastic as a fun way to create a project to learn new words and to have a better understanding of the vocabulary words that they are learning in the subject. So for example, let's say my vocabulary word that I'm using is the word queasy. I could create a story in this Toontastic saying, "Oh, I ate some dinner by this campfire and I am feeling a little queasy." That way they know that that means they feel sick. So this is a way that they can use vocabulary words in a storytelling format.
To assess the student's progress, students will be given a daily log of requirements that need to be completed that day. If the students complete everything that is required for that day, they are able to move on to other required tasks. There needs to be the required amount of vocabulary words. The vocabulary words need to be used correctly. The video needs to meet the time requirements, and the video also needs to be creative and original.